Hello and welcome to the podcast. Happy fall. It's October. That's crazy. Obviously, that means all of the Christian fall girlies are, in their little white sweaters and their plaid scarves, the beiges and the browns and the reds and the oranges. Great color palette. Honestly, I don't think I've worn red or orange in a while. Pumpkin spice lattes, because that's the season that we're in. The usual. Obviously, it's not just about fall, it's also about Halloween. Halloween being the spooky season. And spooky seasons mean horror movies. And, I personally am not that big of a fan of horror movies. To be fair, I didn't study film. That's not, my thing. One time, it's more Joan's thing. Joan loves horror movies. One time Joan showed me Let the Right One In. The, original, I don't know if it's Swedish or, Finnish or something. I'm so sorry. The original one, not the remake, not the American remake with Chloe Grace Moretz. The actual, proper, honestly Swedish. That little boy looked very Swedish. He was blonde. Let the Right One In. And that's not a jump scare horror movie. That's a proper slow burn. But I don't like gore and I'm saying this as someone who loves Halloween, but I cannot deal with horror. I cannot deal with gore, too much blood, too many guts, ugh. It's a beautifully shot film. I understand why people can study this, but the thing is, I can't pay attention if I'm looking away every second because I'm irked by what's on screen. And that's not to offend anybody who actually likes horror movies. I respect that. I respect your decisions. I respect your lifestyle. That lifestyle is not for me. Speaking of vampire movies, that Let the Right One is a vampire movie, by the way. You don't know. It's it's basically it's about a vampire who looks like a child, and then she befriends a child. It's been a while since we saw this. I think it was Joan showed it to me when we were 18, which is now 6 years ago. Oh my god. So I don't remember the plot, and that is fine. Anyway, vampires. I love vampires. The reason that I'm segueing like this, I'm really good at a segue, guys. Thanks. I know, I'm just so talented at talking to myself and moving on from topic to topic. I played a Vampire the Masquerade one-shot with my friends. Not the usual D&D group. I will go more on the D&D group later. This time it was still Joan doing all the GMing because they are really good at storytelling and the maths and the voices and stuff, and I respect that. But it's who was playing again? It was me. It was Sakura was playing. Alyssa was playing, and then I think either Ollie or Jay. I think it's because they were both in the room, but the thing is, I'm pretty sure one of them was just watching. It was probably Jay that was playing. So basically, it was the usual lineup, except instead of Maria playing along, we had Alyssa, because Maria had an appointment that she wanted to go to. Well, she didn't want to go to, but it was she couldn't move it. Healthcare. And here's the thing about Vampire the Masquerade, and I say this within the first 5 minutes of recording, so I love the prospects for me in this. You can't feel pleasure as a vampire in Vampire the Masquerade, which is sad, because we play it in the most chaotically horny way. And I'm allowed to be horny because I'm 24, okay? Like, don't start. I am an adult. I can be a horny vampire if I want to. Even though, the thing is, we were playing it as if the Nosferatu vampires were, like, the hottest things ever. But the thing is, they are, stereotypically, like, the grotesque vampires that have, like, lost their humanity, in the sense that they don't really look human as much as they look vampiric. So yeah, you know, the two front teeth are pointy and not like what part of the tooth is it? It's not the incisors, is it? Like, the fangs, where did the fangs come from? Which teeth? I don't know, and I'm not gonna research it, because you know why? Even though, you know, you should research, and if you're doing academics, you should research, but I'm not. I graduated, was it last year or 2 years ago? I think. Who cares? I graduated, so I don't care about research anymore. Yeah, it was just it was a one-shot. It was just like a spooky one-shot that we were playing as friends, about, like, the main vampire of the city had lost his daughter, and it was all about, vampire hunters and escaping them, and I wish I could relay exactly what happened, but knowing me, impossible. So, but it was a really fun game, and I like, even though, like, playing a grotesque vampire, pretending the grotesque vampire is, like, the hottest thing. When there are, like, I don't exactly remember all of the, things. See, like, I definitely, I would love to get into Vampire the Masquerade, definitely, at one point, like, properly, like, I mean, the only reason that I got into D&D was because I found out about Dimension 20 and the Adventure Zone, and I'm trying to remember, what else did I watch that was D&D related before getting into D&D properly? I think that was it, and I didn't really get into Critical Role until, like, later, and even that I'm not, like, fully. And I respect that if Critical Role is your thing, but, the episodes are so long, and I can't. And I know that they're doing, like, abridged things now, but even so, I feel like I don't have the attention span. And I know that, I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of fans who do not have the attention span either, but they actually can be invested in it because they enjoy it. And I respect, and I love the fan art, and I love lesbians. I'm recording this a day after International Lesbian Day. I'm also recording this a day before this podcast needs to actually go up. So you know that I'm so prepared, and I don't procrastinate. Anyway, LA by Night is the show that I should be watching if I want to get more into vampire, and I can definitely play, like, the RPG games, because I realized they have it on the Switch, and we have a Switch, so I might, you know, I might treat myself. I don't know. Yeah, I love tabletop role-playing games. I feel like they're underappreciated in, like, a sense. I definitely think we get a lot of slack. I don't want to swear. We get a lot of hate for being nerds. No, actually, I think it's actually been embraced much more, obviously, since, like, it becoming more mainstream. I play D&D. It used to be weekly, but then, like, obviously that became a bit more difficult. So it's bi-weekly now, or it's, like, whenever we can meet up, which means that there are, like, huge gaps in between sessions. But yeah, I play D&D with Maria, Sakura, and Jay, with Joan obviously being our game master. We play at the board and card and tabletop game shop that Joan works at. They rent out the space to a lot of groups. Obviously, because Joan works there, it's much easier for them to, like, hire it out. And we have a fun time. we are, like, we're a 4-player party. It's the same ones. I don't remember when I first posted about what we play. I play a satyr druid named Sable. I realize now that I'm pretty sure we play mainly spellcasters, which is really helpful when you're fighting a lot of bad guys. That's not true. Actually, it's much worse because you can't really. I mean, we can do non-ranged attacks like physical. I feel like it's been a while. Okay, but like the thing is, we don't really have non-ranged weapons. Anyway, Maria plays Oshu, who is a dragonborn and a warlock. She's possessed, and that's chill. I forgot exactly who her patron, her warlock patron is. Look, guys, I don't know what it is, but I feel like whenever I'm talking to myself on this podcast, I lose the ability to speak. So please light a candle for me, have a moment of silence for the slow degradation of my ability to speak. Sakura plays a tiefling named Clarence, who is a cleric. She is the sluttiest cleric that you ever did see. I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of us like to play like oxymorons. Sakura specifically, because tieflings are, you know, they're devils, they're technically from hell, whatever. And Sakura's playing her like she's a religious devotee. Which makes no sense because I don't actually know if we don't really go to temples that often, so I can't really remember if clerics are even allowed in them. But I mean, they don't allow the undead into temples, so I don't know if I mean, they're not undead technically. Anyway, and finally, Jae plays a bard named Erwin. He's the only human of the party. He's also the only guy of the party. Well, technically, I mean, Sable is a she/they in the same way that I'm a she/they, which is like Sly. It's not Pride Month. It's not even. Anyway. Where was I? Oh yeah, okay, so that's the party. So you got Sable, Oshu, Clarence, and Erwin. Our last big bad evil guy, BBEG, was a fish monster that Joan homebrewed. It's sort of in the like Okatoa sphere. Where it's just like a big fish, big tentacly guy. There, a lot of the campaign was on a boat on the sea, because it can be, and which is actually really great for me as a druid. I feel like Sable thrives more in environments that are like nature and not the ocean, but it's fine. And I can't wait to play again. I wish I could like do a bigger info dump, but I'm like also like, this is a thing for me and it's not something that I post that often about online, so I feel like this is, you know, my way of decompressing. You know, being away from my social media for a while is when I get to play D&D for like 3 hours on a weekend. I mean, to be fair, it's like I'm not myself. I'm playing a character. Just like how on Halloween, we are playing not ourselves. Hey, look at me! Look, I'm so good at segues. We host, by we I mean Maria and I host a Halloween party every year this year we're celebrating on the 26th because Halloween is a Thursday and people have jobs and we don't really want hangovers when we have work the next day. That's why Saturday is good. So we host a Halloween party every year in our apartment. More recently. We didn't celebrate last year because last year we were in Edinburgh during Halloween, but and that was crazy because you guys didn't even know we were engaged. Haha. And now we're married. That's crazy. Anyway, so my wife and I celebrate Halloween. We have a party every year. And for the past 5 years, since when we were still girlfriends to now being wives, we have had couples costumes, or like we've kind of coordinated our costumes. In 2019, we celebrated in Spain with our old friend Lulu, who I miss on social media, but she's moving on. She's doing great, and I'm sure she's, there's the thing, I feel like there are so many people that I've lost contact with that I really hope that they're just like doing well. Like, I don't even I miss them, sure, but I'm also like, well, they've not thought about me, and that's okay, and I hope they're doing great. Anyway, so yeah, 2019, we were in Spain, so we didn't have like big costumes, and we were just unicorns, but even so, that was like homemade, so that was cute. And then in 2020 is when we started doing like actual couples. We love doing cartoon couples. Because in 2020 we did Katra and Adora from She-Ra. Now, I was Katra. I was Katra. See, here's the thing. I'm like Kat as Katra, but I'm also like, can I say Katra? No, that sounds wrong. It's kind of like because my brain's going Katya, and that's why it's Katra. Anyway, so Katradora, from She-Ra and the Princess of Power specifically. I made a lot of it. We had to make a lot of it ourselves because, usually if I want a costume, I will call up my sister Kelly. Like that one year that I went as a Naomi Smalls inspired scarecrow. That my older sister Kelly helped out because she sews. She's an artist. She's a seamstress. Pretty casual. But yeah, we had to make that ourselves that year because that is obviously high pandemic. We couldn't actually celebrate Halloween, do a party and stuff. Then in 2021, we did get to host a party. Or I don't know, did we host it or did we go to a party? Either way. Then in 2021, we were Marceline and Bubblegum, Princess Bubblegum from Adventure Time. The Adventure Time? No. God, I'm sorry. I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment, as I have probably stated multiple times across multiple episodes. Toxic gossip train. Anyway. We were Marceline and Bubblegum, and my body paint arrived, but Maria's did not. So, I was gray, which is fun, but Maria was just like her normal skin tone and not pink. So I feel like the reference was kind of lost on people when she was alone, because we were just going it was basically like a closet cosplay that I was just and a yellow hat. So yeah, that was to be fair, that year was really cute. It was really basic. I don't think I had gloves, and I think I should have. I should have had red gloves, I think. I think that's thematic. I don't actually remember. Maybe I did have gloves, and I just don't have a picture in front of me to look at. But yeah, that was a cute time, and I got to wear fangs. No idea what happened to them. I definitely want to wear fangs again sometime, because I think they're fun. Sure, you get a lisp, but who cares when you just look hot as a vampire? Anyway, 2022, that's when we were Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. That is a costume that Kelly helped make, mainly because, sure, you can find that in Party City, but especially with Maria's Poison Ivy costume, for some reason, Party City, it's always just like printed fabric. Like it's not texture, it's not 3D, it's just printed fabric, and it feels boring. So it was a lot of cutting out a lot of leaves and sewing them to this bodysuit that Kelly made for Maria. Mine was pretty simple. It was just, black and red shorts and a bralette, and then the gloves. I love fingerless gloves. They're so fun. And I wish I have a pair, technically, but, like, I don't wear them enough, I feel. That's on me. That's, like, my own responsibility. If I don't wear it, that's, like, on me for, like, not picking that out. And that was a really cute Halloween as well. I'm pretty sure that's the Halloween where Joan stole my Catra costume because she didn't know what to wear, and I gave it to them because I am a good friend. That sounds like because you're such a good friend from Mean Girls. Right? Yeah. Anyway. And then last year we were in Edinburgh, and we dressed as goddesses, and that was just from, like, we went into these charity shops and we thrifted, basically wedding dresses. And I'm surprised we didn't use them, but they were also, like, old and, like, no longer fully white, so it looked strange. But we got some golden ribbon and just, like, sort of zhuzhed with the, like, travel sewing kit that I just have. Made these goddess costumes, and then the shoes were obviously, like, just some thrifted shoes. Maria's ones that we found were, like, really good. I don't think she wore them ever again after that night because they were hell to walk in. So were my shoes, actually. They were, like, it was such a crazy find. They look like water. They were, like, they didn't have heels. So walking in them was, like, a balancing act, and I kept thinking that I was going to break my ankle. I didn't break my ankle, but, I could have. In this day and age, I could have broken my ankle. We're continuing the tradition of cartoon couples this year, because, and this is an exclusive for the, like, very few people that actually listen to the podcast. We're going as characters from Steven Universe. I'm gonna let you guess which ones, because there are a lot of sapphic couples in Steven Universe. But yeah, you can make your guess. That's my hint. I was like, I almost thought I wanted to reveal it, but then I thought, no, actually, I want to keep it to myself until that post that I make on the Saturday that we're having our party. Because I just enjoy that. I enjoy leaving you guys in suspense. But yeah, I love Halloween. I love candy. I miss trick-or-treating, but the thing is, I'm too old now. I know that obviously Kelly can do it, because obviously she has a daughter, and, like, I used to be able to chaperone Chelsea and Kai, but because I moved out, I don't do that anymore, which is sad, but also that's life. I wonder what my siblings are gonna dress up as. I know Kai really loves Paw Patrol. He's probably gonna dress up as, oh god, like the firefighter one? I don't know. Look, I'm not into it. I don't have children of my own, and I barely understand what my brother is doing. It's weird having, like, such an age gap between myself and my brother, because he's obviously, 15 years younger than I am, which is crazy, but shout out to my parents, I guess. And then Chelsea, I know, is probably just gonna be, I don't know. Even though I think maybe she might be like a witch, like, an Agatha all along witch from Agatha's Coven. I don't know which. I know she. I'm not sure if 13 going on 14-year-olds should be watching Agatha all along, but she's doing it, and I'm gonna let her do that. She also obviously watched Heartstopper, and I know she's probably not gonna go as like Barbie or something, because I know that's not like her thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, because the recent Heartstopper season came out. God, that show makes me cry. Like, I understand, like, sometimes you're like, these are children, but like also it's kind of sweet. Like, if kids didn't have that growing up, like, it's just really sweet and reassuring. They can. And also, I mean, Eliza's on the soundtrack like a lot, as was Dodie's band Fizz on this recent season, which is really fun, really cute. I love the soundtrack on Heartstopper all the time. Again, it's like a lot of mutuals and friends are like on it, and it's like, whoa, crazy, look at you. You go, girl. God, I mean, to be fair, I'm really cringe. Why am I like this? Ha ha ha. That's a great song by Eliza. Anyway, she's on tour right now. She didn't ask me to promote this, but like, if you're in the UK or Europe, there might still be some tickets available. Go watch her on tour, and she will. Okay, this is just between you and me, and also between the people who have already leaked it somehow. She is going on tour in the US. I don't exactly know when. I think they're still like searching for an opening act. But until then, crazy. Eliza's on tour. Anyway, sometime soon. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed me talking at you, as I so often do. And I love your faces, even though I can't see them. And I will talk to you laters, and by laters I mean next month. Goodbye. I need, I think, a better setup, because I waited for so long just for like the people in my building to stop flushing the toilets and the people outside of my building to stop taking their bins out, because bin ban, yippee. Thank you for listening. I'm surprised that I actually stuck to topics and also kept it under half an hour. Are you proud of me? I'm proud of me. Yeah, happy October. I've been like, the weirdest thing is I came to uni without like any of my dolls. I have literally only got Monster High dolls and Dolly of Dirty Doll fame with me. And so like the only way I've been able to get pictures of other dolls that like aren't pre-taken is through my sister. And my sibling does not cooperate oftentimes. And I mean, I've pre-taken all of Kat's content, so I had a Halloween party set up just like in my room in fucking July. Oh my god, I swore. I'm so sorry. Sorry about your ears. Sorry you had to hear me curse. I can't believe it. Unheard of. Not allowed. But the thing is, this is a longer video than my usual videos. It's not a video, it's a podcast, but you know what I mean. And do my usual stick of like any people, real or fictional, fiction, any resemblance to real people. This is fiction. This podcast is fiction. There are real things. Heartstopper is real. Go listen to that. Listen to that. Watch that. But like, Eliza isn't a real artist. She uses the music of Walter Garland. I love Walter Garland. She came out with a new album recently, Everybody Needs a Hero, which was really good. And I have nothing else to say. I feel like I need to have food and then to drink water, and I hope that you're, staying hydrated, and I hope you're also doing well. And looking forward to talking to you sometime soon. Or sometime soon, like Kat said. I mean next month. Even though there will probably, I don't know what the video will be on the 20th, but I will be posting a video on the 20th. Ow. I'm sorry if you could hear my chair moving. I'm sorry if you could hear the wind outside my window. I'm sorry if you could hear the loud pipes in my building. But that's been me. That's been the podcast. Thank you for listening.